All right, let's make these fabulous keychains. So you're gonna need your A and B epoxy resin, right? You're gonna need to put the same amount of A as you do B. So I'm gonna do 20 milliliters of A and 20 milliliters of B. I'm gonna put my mold to the side, get out my silicone measuring cup, which I love because you can reuse and clean out with using like tape when it's all dried out and stuff. We do have a video explaining that, so go ahead, check the technique out. So I am going to do 20 milliliters of A. There we go. Of A. Perfect. And then I'm gonna put the A to the side. And we're gonna do 20 milliliters of B, but it's gonna go to the 40 because you're adding 20 and 20. And it's nice because with these cups, you don't have to do 2 cups and measure the amount and all that stuff. You can just do it in 1 cup. Usually you'd have to take 2 cups, put a line on them, and then measure out and then dump them in and mix them together. But this is great. I love this. And now I'm gonna mix for the next 3 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna mix slowly. I'm gonna be going around my edge. I'm gonna be going along the bottom. And you see there's wisps in there, like you see like the little, when you stir that there's lines. You're gonna mix until those lines are gone. And you're gonna do slowly. And you're gonna try to get as little bubbles as possible because bubbles are the enemy of resin. And I'm just gonna be mixing slowly for the next 3 to 5 minutes. All right, I did a couple minutes stirring, right, 3 to 5. And the reason you do that is because it needs to mix together properly. If it does not, then it won't dry properly or harden properly. And so you need to do the 3 to 5 minutes and not too fast because you'll get so many bubbles. If you have bubbles, you can leave it just sitting for 5 to 10 minutes if you have that time. If not, you can always use fire or rubbing alcohol, spray some rubbing alcohol on your mold. I want to have some blue in there. I know the embeds have a little bit blue, but I want to add a little bit of blue myself. I want to do about 10 milliliters. I did 40, right? So I'm going to do about 10 milliliters. Put my clear to the side, and then I am going to add blue. I'm going to add some blue, a couple drops. You can always add, but you can't take away. So a couple drops in there. And the reason I have paper down is to protect my table. Now we did do a video about like safety guide and stuff. You need to go over that because this is a chemical. You need a mask, you need your gloves, you need clothes you don't care about, but just look over the safety guide and just to protect yourself because it can hurt your skin or it can cause breathing problems. So yeah, just want you guys to be safe. Okay, so I want it a little bit darker. You can tell the color when you drip off some excess from your stick, and that's the way it's going to turn out. And so I want a bit more. I want a bit darker. I want to go a bit darker. Yep, I squirted a lot more. I don't know if I'm gonna have regrets about that, but I'm gonna stir in and make it a bit darker. Yes, that's what I want. I want more of a definition. I'm so excited. I want that. And now we're gonna put my color to the side and I'm gonna add my embeds in. You can get the scooper. I'll get the scooper for you guys. Got my scooper. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the rainbows. Man, when I look at rainbows outside, I love them. I love the color. I love just I love that they represent promises. I just love that a rainbow is a promise. And so I love it. And so I love adding these embeds. I love the color. I love all the different colors they have. I'm just going to keep dumping because I like a lot. Now you can put embeds on your mold. You can totally do that. I like them being all throughout. So there's sometimes I like to add the embeds on my mold and then also add it to my resin. I like to see how much is about to get in there, right? And so I will do that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mold and I want to add some of the embeds because I want them to be throughout, but I'm going to dump them so I don't get resin in my my little container. So I dip my stick in resin, and then I pick it up and I put it where I want it, right? And so we're just putting them around. I'm not gonna be too picky. I'm gonna make 3 of the keychains. So I'm just putting them out, and I'm just gonna do it for this one. I'm just gonna put, showing you how you can pick up your embeds and putting them throughout. And then they're gonna look like they're floating as well. So this is gonna be, the bottom of this is your front to your, whether it's keychains or pendants or whatever, it's the front. So made an embed. Oh, there's an embed I got in here. I'm gonna put that over here. And yeah, looking good. Now all my embeds have happily gone to the bottom. So we're gonna mix them up. We're gonna mix these puppies up. And then I'm actually going to use my spoon, my scooper, and I'm going to scoop out my resin. I usually use my stick. I usually use my popsicle stick, but this time all the resin, all the embeds just kind of want to float to the bottom. So I'm just spreading them throughout. And I have those ones at the bottom to make sure they're kind of where I want them, right? And I'm going to fill my mold, but don't overfill it. Don't overfill your mold, because then you'll have to cut it off and it doesn't look as pretty. So be as patient as possible filling your molds. Okay. And now I'm going to move this along. I'm going to grab a couple to put in because it's hard put it. This is such a small space. So I'm gonna grab a couple more, put them in there. Now I kind of want to have fun. I want to have some fun. So I am going to add blue, and I'm gonna just put it kind of like at a diagonal, like so. Put a diagonal, and then I'm gonna add my clear, right, like that. And then I'm gonna grab some embeds. All the embeds wanted to go at the bottom. Of course they did. So we're gonna put our embeds throughout and have some fun. Just like that. These embeds are really heavy. If you have lighter embeds, they usually are great about spreading out in your resin. These are a bit heavy, and so you have to place them properly. It's so fun. This is so fun. And I have extra resin left. When I have extra resin, I just keep making it. But those are the 3 that we're going to focus on. Aren't those fun? And then the color, the blue color is kind of going to spread out on its own and do it once. Now there are bubbles. So we're going to take our fire and we're going to put it over, and we're going to get rid of our bubbles. Get rid of our bubbles. And there's some bubbles at the bottom I see, and so I'm just gonna try to scoop it to the surface. So either pop it that way, or get it to the surface where I can put some fire on it. So I see some bubbles like that, and then I'm going to once again hit it with fire. Yeah, isn't that great? And then I have to wait 24 hours. You get to wait 2 seconds, and we'll demold them, and then we'll put the keychain part on. All right, it's been 24 hours and they are dry. Look at these, aren't these so cute? I love, you can add a pop of color, or you can just do clear with the embeds, but these are so cute. I love them. Okay, so I'm popping them out, looking good. Oh my goodness, looking good. They have a little bit around the edges. If they're rough around the edges, you can use some sandpaper to go around the edges. Don't go on the surface because you'll scratch it, but go around the edges. And then we have this one. Oh my goodness. These are adorable. Aren't these like fabulous? Oh my gosh. I love them. I love them so much. Now we got to make them into the keychains, right? We made them for a reason, for keychains. So we're going to pull back our jump rings. These are the big jump rings, okay? These are the big jump rings. You're gonna need big jump rings because these are a bit thick. And then you're gonna put this on here, and with your hand, you can move it, but I have a tool. I prefer a tool because I just break my nails. Okay, Look at that. So that is the first, oh my gosh, isn't that so cute? And then we're gonna do the next jump ring. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger to fit in the hole, right? It was a smaller gap. I'm making it a bigger gap, and I'm going to put my keychain. And again, you can push with your finger, but it won't close the gap. So you're gonna need to get a tool and make sure that you close the gap. If you don't close this gap right here, they need to be touching face to face, then it's gonna fall apart, and you don't want to fall apart. Oh my goodness. Look at that, keychain to key. I love it. And then let's just do the last one, opening this up wide, and then putting your keychain on and pushing with this finger to hold it and maneuvering this away from you. And they need to be touching, they need to be touching. Okay, because you don't want a gap. Look at our keychains. Aren't they just the cutest thing you've ever seen? Yes, yes they are.